Last month, the inflation rate in the U.S. had the highest rise in 29 years. That's a terrible problem if you're planning on retiring anytime soon. You need to stop inflation from wiping out the value of your savings and investments. Noble Gold can put your IRA into gold or silver. It's government approved and so easy to do. This month, they're offering a 1-ounce American Eagle solid silver proof coin with every IRA or 401k taken out. Visit our website at bit.ly/goldwithbill. Good morning. I'm still reporting on the coup. Remember, we are moving our YouTube live stream up to Thursdays at 8 p.m., so we'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Another note, Mike Lindell's Cyber Symposium has really produced some stunning information, like who is the control central for these post-coup activities and how they coordinate with the 3 social media giants. I'll be reporting on this later today, but unfortunately I can't watch, record it, and then report on it in real time. Today is the Cyber Symposium's last day, and I highly recommend it at frankspeech.com. Last month, Pennsylvania Senator Doug Mastriano, chairman of the Intergovernmental Operations Committee, sent out letters to 3 Pennsylvania counties, Philadelphia, York, and Tiago, demanding they do a forensic audit of election 2020 and the 2021 primary. Senator Mastriano threatened to subpoena documents if they did not comply by July 31st. Officials in these 3 counties have already signaled that they do not intend to comply with the demand. Shortly after Mastriano sent these letters, the Pennsylvania Department of State advised all counties in the state not to give third-party auditors access to election equipment, or they would risk decertification. In other words, they'd have to buy new election equipment. Obviously, this is headed to court. Why would the state have an interest in not supporting Senator Mastriano? If they have nothing to hide, why hide? Why drag this thing out to the maximum extent? Well, I got this comment in yesterday that explains what's going on in Pennsylvania from the macro perspective from an anon simply named Ensign Nemo. I cannot prove any of what you are about to read. It would take years of experience and a deep knowledge of the laws of the state to verify all of this. However, it makes some sense to me, and so I'm throwing this out for additional comments, and perhaps eventually we can get to the truth. In Pennsylvania, the state constitution requires a constitutional amendment with a ballot measure that is very similar to the referendums in other states, such as California, to be passed before the method of voting can be changed. This is very democratic with a small d, not a capital D, for 2 reasons. It requires a popular vote. The voters must vote to change the method of voting. It also means that the method of voting can't be changed in a single final election cycle because the ballot measure must be voted on in one November election, then it takes effect the next year. They didn't do this. They started the amendment process and then realized they were out of time to use it to fix the 2020 elections. Instead, they passed Act 77 in October 2019 to make mass mail-in voting legal. Even that act contains the provisions that if any of the rules in that act are broken, then all of the mail-in ballots are voided. In Pennsylvania, the state Supreme Court extended the deadline for mail-in voting from Tuesday, 8 p.m., Election Day, November 3rd, to 5 p.m. Friday. This directly rewrote the law, Act 77 to be specific, as Tuesday and Friday are not the same day, no matter how eloquent the lawyers who argue in front of the Supreme Court may have been. This alone violated Act 77, so all mail-in ballots must be tossed. All mail-in ballots, not just the ones that arrive by Tuesday night, according to the very act that authorized them. The U.S. Supreme Court deadlocked 4-4 on this issue just before the election, and that was a mistake that they must surely regret. If you doubt that the state legislature outranks the state Supreme Court on election law, then read this from the United States Constitution. Article 1, Section 4. The times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof. But the Congress may at any time, by law, make or alter such regulations, except as to the places of choosing senators. That's the United States Constitution. Only idiots are arguing that the state legislature has no authority to overrule the state Supreme Court about times of the elections. Every ballot had candidates for a representative and also president and vice president on it, so all ballots cast are covered by this section. To recap, the U.S. Constitution was violated, the state constitution was violated, and the law which authorized mass mail-in ballots was violated. What election laws were left to violate? They broke 3 sets of rules, yet somehow the Dems still claim that this was a fair election. This all happened before the actual fraud that is alleged to include 18-wheelers full of ballots driving in from out of state, and election observers being kicked out of the rooms where ballots were counted, and ballots returned before they were sent out, and on and on and on. There are many more things wrong with that election, but I don't want to write a book, so I'll leave it at that. I'm still reporting from just outside the soon-to-be-restored citadel of world freedom. Good day. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your body and is essentially the glue that holds you together. In fact, after age 20, people produce 12% less collagen in their skin each decade. Collagen depletion is what makes you look old. Most collagen supplements do not provide the hydrolyzed bioactive collagen peptides that enable your body to digest collagen properly, plus it tastes badly. BioTrust gives you the 5 most available kinds of collagens that dissolve easily in hot or cold liquids with 0 taste. You can add it to your coffee, tea, or smoothies, or even baked goods recipes. So to look and feel younger fast, go to www.healthwithbill.com.